Good afternoon, evening, and morning, wherever you are. Welcome back to Life is Strange True Colors. Big welcome also to OnlyFans and also Winter Soldier 2021. Thank you for joining the channel. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday. On the last episode, we kissed a girl and we liked it. And a hero shot us through a freaking well. Jeez. So we'll pick up where we left off. What's going on? We did a roast Steph. We found out a little bit more about our mining company that we love so much and the lies that they've been told. So let's continue. Life is Strange, True Colors, the final episode. Let's do it. Chapter 5, Side B. Oh, we're back here. Okay.
Welcome back, Alex. Do you want to talk about your time in Colorado?
Not really. I went to a well. A mining shaft.
Let's start with something positive. What did you learn from your visit to Haven Springs?
The meaning of home. Not a damn thing. Not to be afraid of my emotions. Not to be afraid of my emotions.
I learned to let myself feel, I guess. And to not be afraid of those feelings. Couldn't one argue that those old fears turned out to be justified?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you make of that friction?
What the hell?
I suppose I'm proud of you for trying. You helped some people. Chased a mystery. Got to kiss a pretty girl.
And we liked it too.
But Alex, you're right back where you started.
The hell I am.
You're wrong. I don't belong in here.
If that were true, Alex, you'd know you were talking to an empty chair.
The fuck? So is this all in our mind?
What the fuck?
Oh, you got me. Alright. Looks like we don't have anything to do for emotions.
I've got to get out of this place.
Okay, that seems too easy just to do that. Let's look around. Family photos. Yeah, no, what the fuck?
These don't belong to Dr. Lin. A tuning peg.
The fuck? Alright, do we have any... My blocking memories. Interesting. Okay. In light of all, Dr. Lynn, in light of all the recent excitement, now is a good time to remind Helping Hands residents that impulses to leave are. Attention residents, please join me in welcoming Allison back to Helping Hands. We're happy they're not surprised. Damn, jeez, dude.
How did I even get back here?
No idea. Oh, okay. Impulses to leave. Okay. In light of all, let me start over. In light of all the recent excitement, now's a good time to remind Helping Hand residents that the impulses to leave our institution, while understandable, are best resisted. Remember, the outside world is sharp-toothed and possessed of an insatiable hunger, and you are soft and slow and appetizing. Why you throw yourself into its mouth? Throw yourself instead into mine. Ew. Thanks for that visual. Okay, attention residents, please join me welcoming Allison back to Helping Hands. We're happy they're not surprised that Alex has once more submitted herself to the stultifying and inescapable embrace of our institution. I said one missing patient answers to Alex. She was always scratching at the door trying to get out, but she's declawed, so her capacity to fend for herself is minimal. Despite please exercise caution when approaching. She will appear friendly and normal, but we've had some behavioral issues in the past. Please help me find my patient. I'm starting to get really worried. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take something from here, so I'll come back to that. I just want to look first.
Dr. Lynn always records our sessions.
Okay. I don't want to take anything yet, guys. Case number Alex. Yeah. Wait, case number Alex and what?
I guess that's me.
53322. Let me write
Case
that down.
number 53322.
Okay. 53322. Alright, let me write that down for later. Okay, so we got this. Knock,
Hey,
knock.
my guitar. Knock, knock.
Okay. Then we got posters.
Is that what I look like? Really?
Okay. Let's look at the. Since we looked at well, actually, we haven't looked at everything. So what happens if we open the door? Oh, the door is
Of course.
here. It's interesting. Okay, which sort of makes sense.
Not getting out that way.
That did seem way too obvious. Okay. Let's open the folder now. Name Alexander Alex Chan, age 21, gender female, symptoms emotional instability, occasional violent outbursts, hallucinations, visual hallucinations, oral, delusional ideation, depression, anxiety, diagnosis, question mark.
Thrown down a. What?
Alex experiences a detailed and robust delusion that she is able to read other people's emotional states and believes that because of this ability, she is uniquely equipped to help others overcome their own emotional trauma. It's difficult to overlook the irony of someone as profoundly dysfunctional as Alex adopting the role of emotional caretaker. Had she not been returned to my care, I do not think it hyperbolic to speculate that her reckless attempts at fixing her friends and family would eventually have gotten someone hurt. It is my belief that Alex's delusions constitute a threat to her continued well-being, as well as those of others. As such, I recommend Alex be thrown down an endless pit, her body shattered against each jutting board and errant brick until she is forgotten in the darkness beneath the world. This is, in my professional opinion, the most humane thing we can do for her. What the fuck, dude? Some psychiatrist you are. Okay. We're probably going to take the photo, I'm guessing. So, let's play a tape recorder. Jeez.
12 years ago, I made a mistake. The kind of thing
Oh, yeah.
you can't undo.
I bet. Jed, you ass.
Alex, you know that I care about you. With everything that has happened, I just want what's best for you.
Okay, so kindness. Alright, so our only clues is taking whatever's in the family photos and this guitar over here that says knock knock. Okay, so the door, there's nothing we can do there.
I guess that's me. Case number 53322.
Okay.
Dr. Lin always records our sessions.
Okay, I thought there might be something more to that. Sometimes there is when you do something, so. Okay, so let's take, I guess, our family picture. Oh! What? Oh, we're taking that. Okay. Then let's take the guitar case, I guess. So it said knock knock, right?
Maybe I should knock?
I guess. Something we got. Who's there? A really bad punchline?
Alex Chen?
Never heard of her, try
My
again.
guitar case has never heard of me. Sure.
The fuck?
Huh.
Oh, that's where you put the code in. Okay. Okay. Open. Is it 55332? No, 533. Okay. I knew I was gonna forget that. That's why I wrote it down. 53322. Okay, so it is still a guitar. Are we gonna play the DNT music again? No. Okay. Fix play.
Gabe gave me this guitar, but he never heard me play it.
Alright. Why don't we just play it?
The hell? Can't play if I can't tune.
Okay, it gives you a warning. Okay, thank you for that. Oh, that's what that was for. That was one of the... Okay, now I see. Your dumbness is showing, Ray. Dance, water, dance. No, that's not right. That was a guitar Dennis played, right? I don't remember. Oh, blood. Oh, that's her injury from there. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's blood, Alex.
Oh,
Oh, it's in her back too? Oh, that's probably where she fell. Long way up. Well, that's convenient. Come on, get to the ladder. Come on, you got it, Alex. Get it. Oh, fuck. Lean toward it, or just reach for it if you can. Oh. Well, she's dead now. Where are we now? Oh, we're probably like, what, are we in the hospital bed or something? Oh, no, we're sitting up and we don't have any injuries. So another subconscious thing.
Alex,
Oh, Gabe! What the? Oh, I guess we're dead now. Okay,
Gabe?
Gabe.
You're dead.
so lots of people are dead, Alex.
Yeah!
Most people.
Where are we?
I want to say a hospital.
Dr. Mendez to intensive care. Dr. Mendez
I
to
confirmed
intensive
it.
care.
Yep, definitely a hospital.
Yep, definitely hospital.
Gabe.
Okay, here's what I do know. You are 10, I am 14. Our mother is sick. So is our father. But it's a different kind of sickness.
What?
Play your part.
Ow! Gabe, why?
I didn't do anything. Both of you.
Dad.
Oh,
Behave.
hello, Dad.
Alex, go check on your mother.
Okay.
Okay, is
She was right over there, waiting for me.
so is something from the past gonna jog something? I'm not exactly where. Are we seeing her final memories or something? I don't know where this is going.
There it is. The painting that taught me that art sucked sometimes.
This painting sucks! Empty bed.
We couldn't afford a private room. Just got lucky, I guess.
Ooh, TV.
Gabe and I used to watch cartoons on this thing after school.
Oh, by the way, is there any... Okay. That's one. That's the only thing I see, so... Before we do it...
Mom used to fidget with her keys whenever she was worried.
Gabe, Alex, I need you to listen very carefully. We got some scary news today, and I'm going to be spending some time at the hospital.
What? Mom? Are you okay?
Hush now. It's going to be okay. Do you understand me? Things will be different for a little while, but I am going to be okay.
What in the world?
We spent so much time in here that I basically memorized every article. Gabe told me it was full of needles. Scared me to death.
Thanks, Gabe.
It was always too hot in this room.
Alright, just make sure there's nothing over here or. Okay, nothing for those four. Okay.
She's just on the other side.
Okay. Ooh. That doesn't look good. Okay, she's still alive. Here. No. Okay.
How many nights did Dad spend in this room? Sleeping in an uncomfortable chair and eating vending machine dinners. There's something so weird and scary about watching your dad cry.
Nothing on the other, nothing on the other side of the bed. Okay.
Mom. Every time I saw her, I worried it would be the last.
I wish I knew where this was
Come on.
going.
Mom. Mom. Such a brave girl. How do you ever get so brave?
Is that how it went? You don't think you missed anything?
What?
Ow! Gabe, why?
I didn't do anything.
Both of you,
Dad.
behave.
Let's say John on his chest?
Alex,
Yeah.
go check on your mother.
Okay, John. Okay, so our father's name is John.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to mean anything, but we'll keep that on the back burner. Okay.
Did I miss something?
I don't think so. Painting. Empty
We
bed.
couldn't afford a private room. Just got lucky, I guess.
TV.
Gabe and I used to watch cartoons on this thing after school.
Magazines.
We spent so much time in here that I basically memorized every article.
Medical
Gabe told me
waves.
it was full of needles. Scared me to death.
Okay, still nothing. Okay, I did the emotion thing. Water? That wasn't there before, was it?
She knew. Even then, she knew. No matter how much Mom drank, her throat was always dry.
Okay. So that water is new.
It was always too hot in this room. She's just on the other side.
Okay, so all that's the same. Okay, still nothing with the emotion thing.
How many nights did Dad spend in this room? Sleeping in an uncomfortable chair and eating vending machine dinners. There's something so weird and scary about watching your dad cry.
Nothing on her.
Mom, what am I missing? What did we talk about?
Speak to. Let's speak to Mom again, I guess? I have no idea.
Hi, Mom. Mom. Mom.
Water, Alex. Get her some water.
Oh, okay. So that's where the water comes in.
It's stupid, but I remember hoping that after she took a drink, she'd somehow be...
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Where are we going with this? I'm really confused.
You almost never cried, even when you were very small. Did you know that? That's been my biggest challenge with you. How do you take care of someone who is already so strong?
What'd you give us?
Shh. No tears, my strong girl. I want you to make me a promise. Your brother, your father, they are going to need you. You have to be strong. Will you do that, Alex?
Okay. So she gives him a charm.
Such a brave girl. How do you ever get so brave?
Where are we now? Okay, so it's a TV. Okay, I'm guessing Halloween now. Around that time. Alright, there's the picture of the four of us. That's Mama Chen. Okay, it looks like two-story apartment or home or something. Probably home. Hey, Shushu! Oh, there's Gabe.
Was that the last time you talked to her? Mom,
I think so.
Oh, wow.
do you miss her?
Of course she does.
Gabe, what's going on?
You're 11, I'm almost 15. Dad and I are time bombs. You keep running back and forth, trying to defuse us both. This is going to suck so bad. Play your part.
What the hell's the end game to this? The only thing I think is she's living out her final memories before dying, you know? Oh, she's trying to drown out the noise with music. I can definitely understand that.
There was only ever one thing to do when they got like this. Drown them out. The volume dial was my best friend on days like this.
Ah, DMCA music. Let's play the Sound of Silence. Or oh, maybe it's in the earphones. Okay, they're yelling about something. Whoa! Pushing going on. Yep, she's gonna try to drown it out.
Alex? Hey. It's okay, it's just me. But you know that's not how it went down, right?
Okay, so now we can explore the room.
It was my job to keep the peace. But no matter what I did,
Alright, let's see if we have anything. Okay, I don't see anything right off the bat.
the killer mistress tabs in this book weren't even close to right.
Junior Headbangers Guitar Academy Intermediate level. Okay, comic book.
Gabe loved Son of Lead back when it was an indie. It was too gory for me.
Okay.
Gabe and Dad were so loud when they fought.
We got a backpack.
Gabe had barely used this backpack in weeks. Nobody could get him to go to school. Mom and Dad had this TV before they had either of us.
Oh wow, that's a long TV to last that long.
I tried so hard to keep my promise to her. This was probably the most expensive thing we owned. It kind of kept me sane.
Yeah, not listening to it. Laundry.
Dad's laundry. I always set it here when it was done so he could find it.
Shoo shoo.
At least I managed to hold on to you, Shoo Shoo.
Man, she's been through a lot. Water stain? What the?
When wasn't this place falling apart?
Okay. Cookie tin.
Mom's old sewing kit. Don't think I've ever even tasted a butter cookie.
Oh, you're missing out, Alex.
Cleaning Dad's ashtray was not my favorite job in the world.
Okay.
It was full of greeting cards. Mom kept every single one we ever got.
Wow. That's kind of impressive.
Thanks for trying, Lucky Cat. My job was to sort them in order of how close we were to a collections notice.
Wow. Yeah, I know it's like not to have money.
I wanted to be a werewolf that Halloween. Couldn't afford the costume.
Okay, we did that. Photograph.
I can't believe they were ever this happy.
Yeah, what happened? Okay, we can't go upstairs. Anything here? Beer!
Gabe used to steal Dad's beer all the time. It was like the one thing they didn't fight about.
Sauces.
We never really touched these after Mom died. She was such a good cook. 2 cups water for 1 cup rice. Set timer for 30 minutes. Do your history homework. Serve.
Alright, we got a business card over there.
Almost empty. Almost always. I didn't even know what CPS was.
Child
Just that
Protection
I was
Services.
afraid of them.
Child Protection Services. Yeah, I thought that might be one. Some kind of fight.
Hey Gabe, I'm Leslie Halloran. I'm from the Oregon State Child Protective Services. We got a call from someone who said there might have been some kind of fight here last night. Is your dad home?
Oh gosh, you know what? We were, that was like rehearsal. You know, I'm in this play at school, and my dad, like, he was helping me learn my lines.
Must be some play. But if you need anything, my number is on there. Okay?
Okay. So is this maybe when he left? Or he's about to leave or something? I think the only thing left is to open the door. One last look. Make sure we went through. Okay, did that. Did those 2 things. Did that. Did cookie tin. Did the photograph. Jack-o'-lantern, Lucky Cat, file box, pile of bills. Okay, we did the beer, we did the sausage, the rice cooker, the fridge, and the business card. Yep, I think we're good. The only thing we don't have yet is the door opening. Oh.
Where you going? Are you gonna tell her? Or is that my job?
Keep your voice down.
Tell him what?
Fine, I'll do it. Alex, Dad lost his job again. So we're broke. Again.
Don't talk to me that way. Despite what you may believe, you do not know everything. You think what? I laid myself off?
It's okay. We'll figure it out. I
I don't know, Dad. But what are we supposed to do now? We gotta eat.
We can sell some records, or what about my guitar? We can sell that.
Alex, what is it gonna take to get you to stop defending him?
If your mother could see you now.
I don't want to hear about Mom.
Babe!
I'm so tired of you using her as an excuse to be a piece of shit. Don't fucking touch me, piece of shit.
Dad.
Oh! Shit!
Damn it, Alex.
I know it was an accident.
I'm
though.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was an accident.
Alex, I didn't.
Dad, it's okay. Really, I'm not hurt.
I can't do this.
Dad?
What are you doing? Oh shit. He's really leaving.
Someone will come. That woman from CPS. Someone.
He's really leaving.
Dad!
I'm sorry.
No. Dad!
What you? Oh. Oh, she threw that. Okay. I won't stay with them. You're still gonna. Oh my god. No, seriously, Dad, you're like 75 years old. Your pen can't hurt me, okay? Okay, she's got the scared aura now. Where are we now? Okay, we're on a bed. See, she's next to us. Are we? Johnson, return to sender. Oh, this is her trying to reach out to her father. Okay.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Which orphanage is this? The one in Grant Park? Kind of thought it'd be nicer.
Gee, thanks,
I can't do this, okay? I can't.
You need to.
No.
You need to be honest about what you see.
I was. I have. And now I'm done.
Almost. But not yet.
What do we need to see now?
You were 12, I am 16. I steal a car and end up in juvie.
Gabe, come on.
Then you're 13, 14, 15. Orphanages, group homes, musty rooms in the strange houses of foster parents. By the time you're 17, you've seen them all. Somewhere along the line, you start to feel things. Your own emotions don't belong to you. You have nothing. No one. You are alone.
I don't want this.
Alex. Play your part.
What the hell is this? Okay.
Play my part.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what we have this time, guys. Okay, again. Nothing with emotion. Oh, actually there is one thing with emotion. It's like an anger thing over there. Okay, so we'll save that for last. Okay, we'll look at letters to Dad.
I used to write one every day. Stupid.
Why? You clearly missed him.
And I thought he missed me. Hence, stupid.
Okay, we're getting some music in the background this time, which we didn't get the last two scenes.
How you holding up, Shu?
Can't believe how long you've had that thing.
That thing was my only friend after you left. Guess I missed a few days.
How is a choice you make every day?
We weren't allowed to bring glass into the dorms, so we had to drink from this thing.
Like hamsters in a cage.
Except if you give a hamster a glass, they don't toss it at the other hamsters' heads.
True. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on the door.
God, they put me on so many meds.
Oh God, how many? What did she take? Hours Charlie. There's 12 milligrams times a day. Readings, 12 milligrams. Sadie, cyclosinide, 220 micrograms. Inhaler, 2 times a day. Cetraline, 50 milligrams a day. Aztran, here we go. Alright, Niprazole, 115 milligrams a day. Lithium XR, 900 milligrams 2 times a day. Methylphenidate, 40 milligrams 2 times a day for breakfast and lunch. Ripsterdone, 3 milligrams 4 times a day. Colin, Kaelin, 100 milligrams 2 times a day. Estriol, 2 milligrams. So we are on 4 different medications during this time.
Did any of them ever work?
Some of them helped, a little. None of them fixed me.
In their defense, mutant empathy isn't exactly in the DSM.
They used to say this place wasn't a prison.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they were trying to keep you safe.
Guess so. Whatever the reason, the end result was prison bars. I took a fork in here one time and hid it under my mattress. Just 'cause, fuck you.
Residents must adhere. Okay, dormitory rules. Residents must adhere to their assigned schedules at all times and are not permitted to loiter in the dormitory outside of designated free time. Glass and silverware are to remain in the canteen. Do not bring these into the dormitory. Non-resident guests are not permitted in the dormitory. Lights out occurs at 9 p.m. Jesus. Lights out occurs at 9 p.m. every evening. No music, no TV, no screen time after the lights out. Holy fuck. Failure to adhere to any of these rules will result in disciplinary action. Over damn, that really would have been a problem child since I'm a night owl. Wow. Okay. Basketball.
They should have stenciled the same thing on all of us.
Party of Oregon Children's Services. Yeah.
You really feel like you were their property?
We didn't belong to anyone else, did we? I remember the kid who put this here. Sally. Something with an S?
Never getting out of this.
You were friends at first, right?
Way at first. Then I freaked out on her and she was done with me. Just like everyone else.
Fancy.
Everyone had one good outfit. We wore them to meet the parents.
Did it help?
Kinda think you already know the answer to that question.
Shit. Oh, I didn't realize Gabe was still here. Okay. Foot Locker. Oh, really? No exposition, nothing? Okay. Wait, I can't leave. What's going on? Oh.
She's been through so much. I just don't know.
Oh shit, I know this is going to progress the story.
Troubled girl. It says here she's sensitive. What does that mean?
I wonder why she's never found a home before. I'm sure she's a sweet girl, but she's not for us.
She's awfully old, isn't she?
This is the kid that's been in all those fights, right?
I want to help. I really do. But there's just something broken. Wrong.
With her.
Oh, she's going to get angry as fuck. Yeah. Well, there's the glass. We know why you can't bring glass in now. Totally understandable, though. Oh, that progresses the story. Okay, so we gotta go. I know we gotta go back when the game is done to finish this
I'm
part.
sorry.
Why?
You need to see it.
See what? That nobody picked me?
Nobody picked you. Nobody picked you. Nobody wanted you. Mom died. Dad left. I bailed. You couldn't keep us together.
It was my job to keep it.
You were 11 years old.
It's a lot of responsibility, Alex.
You were 11 years old. You were a kid, Alex. Let it go. People leave. Life gets hard. Sometimes it's a big shit sandwich. Make it better. Be angry at Dad. Miss Mom. Hell, be angry at me. But don't give up. No one gets to tell you what you're worth. And no one can take your life away. Fight.
I'm not sure I...
You have a gift. It's something you don't even understand. You can change the world. Make it better. Now get up.
What?
Get up and fight.
Okay, so I know that's one we missed right there for the trophies. Oh. Oh shit, she's still alive. Okay, so she somehow made that somehow. Oh, the madness don't give up. Okay. How the hell are you even moving? Let there be light. Where did Jed shoot her? Didn't he shoot her in the head or something? Or did he miss and he fell down from the miss?
I've got to find a way out of here.
Okay.
No more ladder. Not that I'd be much good at climbing.
Okay.
Mines growing into mines, just like Jed said.
Okay, we have a dead rat.
I'm gonna choose not to read anything into this. I could almost laugh, if it wouldn't hurt so much.
Safety first. I still don't understand how she's still alive out of this.
How long has this stuff
It's walking.
been down here?
What did you say?
How long has this stuff been down here?
Okay. Alright, so there's nothing there. What am I looking at?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No. Come on, no.
Fuck. Calm down, Alex. Calm down.
I can do this.
That's right.
I can do this.
Okay. Can I do anything? Okay.
Okay, that's something.
What in the world?
That aura is the only lead I've got.
Holy shit, it is like really fun to find room here. There we go.
All right, boys, getting close.
Helldivers for life, huh, Jed?
Dig so deep, we see where the devil sleeps.
Goddamn right.
This is it. This is what Typhon tried to bury.
Okay.
A lot of runoff moisture in this soil. Jed, we gotta call it. This dig is fucked.
Nothing's fucked.
Jed, we got no pumps running. No.
My teams have never quit a dig this deep before. We finish the job.
Steady goes. Steady.
Fuck, listen.
Move! Come on! Clear the tunnel! Who's on radio?
Jed! Fuck! Jed! Jed!
Oh my god.
Is he going to die?
We gotta move! Now! There's still men back there. They'll drown.
Yeah, and so will we if we don't get the fuck out! Make the call, Jed!
God damn it! God damn it! Everyone, let's go! Now!
What is this or? Smells like fireworks. Must be where Typhon blew the charges.
The Ghostbusters is fine. Ghostbusters 2. All makes sense now. Holy shit, the father was one of the miners!
Dad.
Whoa!
Jed! Come back! Jed, you son of a bitch!
Chen, you gotta stop, man.
Jed! Fuck you, Jed! Come back!
It's over, Chen. He's not coming back.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So Jed ended up killing not only her brother, but her father too. Alright, we're outside again. Holy fuck. Why did I drink to Jed with this location? Yeah. Fuck you, Jed. Pull this out of hell my ass. Wow. Yeah, I didn't see the dad thing coming at all.
And during my time here, I've come to realize what makes Haven so special. It's a flower shop run by multiple generations. A bar owner who greets every customer by name. It's a spring festival tradition going back 100 years. History, loyalty, pride. These values which define Haven are the same values that Typhon was built on. And that is why our partnership has been so successful. It's been my privilege to renew Typhon's commitment to Haven. We believe in this community, and we're tremendously excited for its future.
Thank you, Diane. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're eager
I like how I
to
was
make
the only
this
one who clapped
official.
on that.
So, time to vote, folks. And then lunch.
Hey, Jed. Hey, Diane. Oh shit, he looks, he's in a ghost. You failed, asshole.
Alex! Oh my god! I'm fine. You are not fine. We have to get you to a doctor.
What happened to you?
Yeah, what happened to her? This is gonna be hard to hear.
I found out something you need to hear. I'm sorry.
What?
You'll see.
Alex, you're hurt.
Do you need help? We can call an ambulance.
Typhon's been lying to all of you. And so has Jed Lucan.
Alex, what's going on?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
What the hell happened?
I was down in the mine last night. I saw what Typhon's been hiding for 12 years. Jed Lucan isn't a hero. That whole story is a lie. Jed caused the accident. And then he abandoned 7 of his men. He let them drown to save himself. There were pictures of me and Gabe down there in the dirt. Because one of those miners was my father. Typhon wanted to keep this covered up in case it jeopardized the vote. All they care about is making more money. They'll do whatever it takes to push this expansion through. So they decided to bury the evidence. And nothing was going to stop that blast. Not even the fact that there were 4 people up in the mountains. That's how Gabe was killed. Jed knew all along. He covered up the truth about the past, about Gabe. And when I found out, as you can see, he tried to kill me too. Why aren't any of you saying anything?
We don't want to embarrass you, Alex.
Embarrass me? Didn't ask you.
I wasn't asking you.
The things you've said obligate me to at least address them. These accusations are, well, they're insane. And trying to go into the mine was obviously a very dangerous, very illegal thing to do.
Yeah, no kidding, Jed.
But we all sympathize with your situation. You've been through so much. Your brother was your only family, wasn't he? I can only imagine how much you want an explanation for his loss. Something to give you comfort and make your life seem less unfair.
You know there's proof of the cover-up. You had Pike arrest me to suppress the evidence.
Officer Pike arrested you for stealing items from my purse. Perhaps you were looking for evidence?
And I found it. Which is why you and Jed tried to threaten me into silence.
Dad? Do you have any idea what Alex is talking about?
No.
Yeah, Jed.
I don't.
Uh-huh.
I've tried to be there for Alex since Gabe died. I thought, I don't know, I hoped I could be something of a father figure to her.
Father.
All I can guess is, sometimes when we're hurting, the people we lash out at are the ones who we're trying to help.
You're a monster.
You tried to kill me. How can you stand there and say these things?
Alex.
You're a monster. Please. I know this is hard to accept. You all trust him. I did too. But I'm telling the truth.
I believe you. Of course I do.
Thanks, Steph.
I believe you too.
Charlotte.
I'm horrified and shocked and still processing everything, but I believe you.
I would like to speak. This young lady came to Haven as a stranger, but over the last few weeks, she's become one of us. Now, her story certainly seems unlikely, if not impossible. But she deserves at least an investigation of her claims. We ought to take her seriously.
Come on, Pike. Come on.
I agree with Ducky.
Nice. Eleanor.
I've always found Alex to be a very trustworthy person. She wouldn't make these accusations lightly. Something must have happened.
Miss Lath, there's no actual evidence of anything.
Maybe not, but that's what I think.
Actually, Diane, there is evidence.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I have a USB stick full of recordings.
Yes, we went through this yesterday. Your superiors closed the case. None of us have time for conspiracies.
Yeah. You're trying to weasel your way out of things again, huh? I know your game. I know
Don't
how you...
test me, Jason.
You know what? I'm not scared of you anymore. And not of you, not Typhon.
All right, that's enough.
Deputy Pike, do you have some kind of personal issue with me?
Like hell I do.
Jason. Well, given that your judgment in this matter is emotionally compromised, you should probably remove yourself from...
cut the crap. If you think you could shut me up with...
I think you better cool it. I would like to speak again.
It concerns me that a voting member of this council has openly admitted...
I'm really sorry.
This is a load of bullshit.
I don't believe that. Getting ridiculous.
We're all getting ahead of ourselves.
No.
And what's the important matter here?
I'm sorry,
Alex.
Alex.
I'm going first thing tomorrow.
Done son at it. I ain't hearing about that shit.
Dad. Please. Come clean. We'll figure it out together.
It amazes me. The extent to which she has manipulated you.
Come on, Dad.
Never in a million years.
Come on. I hate seeing you do this.
My own son.
Dad.
My own goddamn son!
Stop.
I know why you tried to kill me. It's not what you tell yourself. That you thought it was best for Haven. This was never about Haven at all, was it? This was about you. I know it's easier not having to think about the men you buried. You want to look away and pretend the people you hurt aren't people. But I won't let you. My father worked for you. His name was John.
He was a victim.
The world never gave a shit about him. He was always struggling just to get by. He still hoped one day things would be better. But you killed him.
Oh, look at the eyes. Oh.
And then Gabe.
That's really good.
My big brother.
Building a family.
He was building a family here. Doing it his own way. Figuring it out as he went along. He was so nervous about it. And so excited.
Okay.
He brought me here to be part
Let
of
me
that
know,
family.
OnlyFans.
But he died. Because of you. And then there's me. For so many years, I just wanted to survive. To get through. Haven changed me. I started to think about the future.
Oh, look at the eyes are really... They really did a good job with the eyes on this one for Jed.
Because it's something I'm good at. Knowing I'm good at something feels fucking great. And you tried to murder me. You would have ended my life just so you wouldn't have to face the truth. You've forgotten it, haven't you? You've plastered over it with another story.
So you're a hero.
You tell yourself you're a hero.
But he had
strong
design.
Leader. Sometimes that means making hard choices. Decisions that could lead to people dying. Few men could handle that. Haven's lucky to have you. But that's the lie. If you scrape it away, what do we see?
Ooh, now this was a tough one. Is he selfish? Yeah. Definitely a pawn. And somewhat a coward. He's technically all three here. What would be the most impactful one? Yeah, I think you're right. I think Cal would probably be the most impactful one, I think.
11 years ago, you led a group of men to their deaths. And you couldn't even say those words out loud. Because you're a coward. You couldn't imagine saying it to your wife, saying it in front of your son. Every day you were brave enough to go underground and look death in the eye.
They did so good with the eyes on
But
this
you couldn't
gentleness.
muster the courage to admit a mistake. I can feel you trying to pull away. Don't.
That guy's over
The
my
truth
corner.
hurts. Sometimes it's so awful you think you're gonna break. But when you come out the other side, and you're whole and free and still alive, then you'll finally know how strong you really are. I see the truth about you. You hate yourself. You hate what you did in the past. You hate what you've done to keep it secret. And the more you deny that hatred, the worse it grows. I know who you are. I've seen the worst parts of you.
Ooh. Can you forgive somebody who not only stole your brother and your father on 2 separate occasions? Now, the first one, to his credit, was not his fault. The second one definitely was his fault. The third one was definitely his fault. But are they asking about what happened at the mine originally? Or what happened with Gabe and Alex? That's the question. I just, my hesitation in saying condemn, because I'm leaning toward condemn. I'm not gonna lie. My hesitation is, is she talking about just the mining accident, or is it the aftermath afterwards? Because if it's the mining accident, then I can sort of forgive him. He just didn't know how to do it. But if it's about everything involved with the father, with the brother, with Alex, then there's no way I can forgive him. That's my only question, you know? Yeah, I think it's the full package. I think she's talking about the full package here. So I'm going to say I condemn you.
And I condemn you.
Yeah, I know. I gotta, I'm like Heather in that way. I gotta think these things out. See, I think she's talking about the entire thing, and if that's the case, I definitely would condemn them. Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Because Lord knows, God, isn't it where the last episode really short for a Life is Strange game? They're usually about anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, but these last two have been really short.
Western slope town of Haven Springs, where a council meeting was the scene for shocking revelations. Local bar owner and council president
That's why I kept you around, Shushu, just so I could throw you at the radio.
Yeah, the silence is worse. I need to get some air. After summoning all my strength and willpower, I'm now ready to move from the bed to the rooftop.
Okay, we'll
I've
get
got
there.
some continued support for you.
We at Typhoon Mining would like to express our gratitude toward Haven's Ratings for your continued support. We have issued a statement which is available for you to read on our website. Alright, we'll come back to those. Let me see, do we have any more journal entries? Jed Alex, question mark. Okay, so we have one of these. I get good at describing other people's emotions in this book, even new emotions, complicated ones. I can push through the mystery, find the words, but I don't know if I can do that here. I know that something in me resonates something in Jed, each hooking into the other, drawing us together. I saw it in him, and it was like walking into our house we used to live in, seeing what someone else has done to it. Blazing self-hatred so bright you can't let yourself look at it. The sure knowledge that you spread rot to everything you touch. The rigid feeling of the role, the routine, the lines from memories, and regurgitate to keep yourself from succumbing to the pull and looking at the truth. I don't regret what I did to Jed. He's a monster, no matter what was inside of him, and monsters deserve to be taken down. But now, in the smoldering aftermath, I find myself wondering if all of this is what I deserve. Because while the monster is gone, the hatred is still here. I feel it, a flaming heart, angrily lashing around for more to burn. Maybe it's part of me now, Jed's final scar, and the only one that will never heal. Fill your hands with grains of sand, in the rocks you see the clocks. Thought I could hunt, I could be brave, nothing can save you, nothing to save. Of times that pass, the good, the bad, your life's a life you'll wish you had. Okay. So these are all the memory things. Okay. Alright. Wow, we got a lot. Holy crap. Makes Jessica. What is this? Witcher 3? It's not Jennifer, it's Jennifer! Alright. Hello, Alex. This is Jessica Martinez from the Rocky Mountain Gazette. Sorry to cut you out of the blue. I know you've been through a lot. We are working on a story about the Typhoon Country, and I'd love to speak with you, either on or off the record, about your experiences. Not really comfortable talking about it right now. The cover would be my party. Please contact me at this number if you change your mind. Thank you for your time and stay safe. Thank you. Gotta love the news media. Jeez. Alright, next one is Steph, Ryan, Mac, Ducky, Charlie. Okay. Steph is up. Okay, call me the minute you need anything. I know. Thank you for having my back. I meant so much, of course. How could I not after everything? Love. Okay. Ryan. Growing up, my dad was a hero, and after the accident, he was the whole town's hero. It was the best feeling in the world to know others saw him the same way I did, and no one questioned it. Even when the strange phone call started, the late nights locking his office when he left the house. But it was all lies. And now I know the truth, because she showed it to us. Let me know if you need any help. I'm here. Thank you, Ryan. I will. Okay. Mac. Okay, so that's that. Easier said than done. Okay. Hey, Chen. Didn't think you'd actually take down Typhon. Typhon, you're braver than I ever imagined. Now you owe me a new job. I'm glad you're okay. Really. Thanks, Mac. Okay, so Mac turned out to be okay. Ducky. Let me see. Oh, yeah, we did that one. Okay. Dear Alex, you've been through an awful lot these past few weeks, but your resilience and courage continues to astound me. I have no doubt that you weather this front against your person with the same grace as you demonstrate to me during our lovely dance at the Spring Festival. A moment I will not soon forget. So please remember that we are all here for you. Sincerely, Reginald McAllister. I know. And I appreciate you sticking up for me, Duncan. Charlotte. Alright. Okay. Past 23rd law. Didn't even know what to say. Okay, yep, there it is. I don't even know what to say, Alex. My heart breaks for what you have endured. No one should have to live through that. But just remember that Ethan and I are here for you. Thanks, Char. What you did wasn't easy. I won't forget it. Okay. 2 from Ethan. Alright. Okay. There we go. Oh, look who's that. That's not bad. Dad knows what's up. That's awesome, Ethan. You guys look great. Thanks. Oh my god, I heard what happened. You weren't on a mission being a superhero when I texted yesterday. I'm so glad you're safe. Thanks, buddy. Me too. Arthur. Alex. Arthur Jones with the New York Telegram. We want your story and our ongoing Typhon covers. What is it going to have to speak over the phone? Sorry, I'm not doing any media right now. Getting a lot of requests. What did you learn? Wow. Way to say no for an answer there, Arthur. When did you learn that your father lived in Haven Springs and worked with Jed Lucan? How did you feel that learn that Jed Lucan was responsible for a mining accident that killed your father? Why do you think led Jews to confess the crimes? This call has been blocked. You will no longer receive messages from their number. Thank God. Damn press. Oh, wow. Okay. Alex, please pick up. Just let us know you're okay as soon as you can. I'm pretty sure you just lost your phone, but Ryan's freaking out. Okay, we're both freaking out. We just want to make sure you're safe. Call us, Steph. Alex. Okay. Alright, so that's where it was. Okay, we're down here now. Okay. Wonderful Spring Festival. Thanks to everyone who made it such a beautiful celebration. Now, spill the beans, who got a rose? I know someone who might have got one. I think I might know someone who got one as well. Hang in there, bud. Give it back for someone else. I don't see why not, as long as that someone has given their permission. Hey, Steph, do you have permission to brag about the rose you got last night from your crush? Ryan. Come on, man. Ugh.
I bet Steph wishes she could reword that. But it's pretty funny.
Hello, as many of you know, I'm a freelancer from the Rocky Mountain Gazette. I'm writing an article about this evening's incredible performance at the Spring Festival, but I can't track down the band's name. Anybody know? Hey, man, so we aren't like a band as such, so we don't really have a name yet. Hey, no worries. Can I get your name for the article? I'm Seth Gingrich, and the brains of the operation, my muscle is Alex. Well, she's going to die when she sees this. It almost literally happened.
I'm so sorry I worried you all.
Hey, anybody seen Alex today? We agreed to meet up last night, but then she ghosted. Super not like her. Kind of freaks me out. Kind of freaking out. Oh no, we contacted Jason. Called his cell, no response. I'll try 911 next. That's trouble. You haven't seen her. Keep me posted, will you? Thanks, Jed. The Black Lady will not be open for lunch today on account of the town council vote. We'll see you for happy hour. Yes. On jobs. Yes on prosperity. Yes on expansion. You do realize that expanding mining operations outside of Haven is a temporary fix, right? That's not even considering the environmental impact. You have any proof? What do you want, a bibliography? I don't keep citations at the ready on the off chance I encounter someone who isn't willing to accept the truth. That's what I thought. Hello, neighbors. Thank you for making last night's Spring Festival such a resounding success. Now comes another annual tradition, cleaning up after ourselves. Okay. I'll need a few volunteers to help me spruce up the park in the wake of last night's festivities. Work begins as soon as today. Council meeting concludes. Drop your names in a hat. Sure, why not? I'm down. We're pretty hungover, but Jesse and I might be recovered by this afternoon. Tentative yes? Take care of you first, but if you're feeling up to it, we'd love to have you both. Gotta open the bar. Sorry, darling. Oh, pfft. Sorry, I'm gonna confess. Sorry.
It never ends.
A statement regarding the ongoing investigation in Haven Springs. We appreciate the community concerns. Details are still emerging, and we are cooperating with the state police. We currently have exactly as much information as any of you. Addendum. State police have tapped Deputy Jason Pike to provide assistance in the case, and as such, management of this account has been handed over to another deputy. While we acknowledge that Deputy Pike has come to occupy a special role in the Haven Springs meeting, we urge you to direct all inquiries through official channels. Just understand how all this could have happened under your noses. What's going on over there? It's not an acceptable statement. Really, Mike? Really? Oh, okay, no. That's the statement. Okay, never mind. I thought you was just answering Angie. Or Angela. Alright. Nothing but respect for our boys in blue. Singular boy in beige who danced to Typhon's tune. There's no way the cops didn't know. There's something that they're not telling us. Follow the money. Drop your tinfoil hat, you loon.
The phrase recent events is doing some work in this post.
Due to recent events, the Black Lantern will remain closed to regular business until further notice. The poster is disabled. Replies. Okay, that's the Typhoon one.
Do I need a Charlotte Harmon portrait? I kind of think I need a Charlotte Harmon portrait.
Oh, friends, I decided to open back up to commissions. I think we're all looking for ways to stay busy right now, and making art has always been my favorite method. So please get in touch if you want a portrait. I try to keep my rates reasonable, and I offer a discount for first-time commissions. Awesome news. Should we call the shop? That works fine. Hey, Haven, the Record Traders is currently accepting applications. Priority will be shown to applicants with previous retail broadcast experience. Fill out an application on our website. We'll be conducting interviews next week. Dope! Okay, so I'm definitely applying if you're hiring 16-year-olds, lol. But, is there like a sudden opening? Who left? Nobody just yet. But to be honest, I'm kind of eyeing the exits, looking for new adventures. So, jeez, I'll miss you. I got you, kiddo. I think... Oh, no, I missed one? Oh, I missed a couple. Okay. KRCT Rays, live music time. Hey, let's just start making your way over to stage. Okay, I just didn't read that one. Oh, okay, there's the picture.
I gotta admit, this is a pretty great feeling.
Yeah, I did like the air guitar. That was something else. Staff that's probably about wow. Thanks, guys. We had a blast. Totally starstruck. All right, now I think we are good. All right. So before we go up, of course, we got to look around again.
Maybe Dad deserved everything he got, but I'm still glad we were there with him in his last moments. I love this guitar, but if it starts asking me riddles again, I'm throwing it out the window.
Definitely. All right, lie down. See if there's a... Is this a music thing or not?
I've been playing a lot the last 2 days, trying to think things through. But I realize it's actually the opposite. When I'm playing is the only time I get to not think. Not think about Jed, or Gabe, or Dad, and what could have been if he'd never come to this town. Most of all, what I don't think about is me, because I've never been good at that. And suddenly, it's the only question that's left. So, I just keep playing.
Okay, I think that's everything. Word-wise.
Berlin does sound pretty good right about now.
Oh, I bet whatever you picked would have been on the one on top there. Okay, that kind of makes sense there. Okay, so before we go into the Bard hat again.
The LARP was 2 days ago? That doesn't seem possible.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I do deserve some $sign justice, but I'd much rather be able to move on with my life.
Megawitz, and Garf. The Megawitz ESQ, caller number 1 Peter Attorney. 172-555-0108. Alice calling, you deserve justice. Okay. I'm saving the stairs part till later. Oh, we don't get the bike thing this time. Oh, the crutches.
They say I was powered by adrenaline that whole morning.
You were
Now
definitely
I'm
something.
mostly powered by extra strength Advil. And these.
Extra strength Advil.
I felt very close to Ducky after our dance. I guess he felt the same way. Even though it was hard, I'm glad I let Charlotte overcome her own anger.
Yeah.
I think it gave her the strength to support me.
I do too. I'm glad I let her keep the anger.
Good thing I sold off all my Typhon stock.
Typhon CEO resigns amid stock plummets. Sources say FBI investigation imminent. Just hours after a defiant press conference in which he vowed to see his company through the choppy waters ahead, Dennis Walker has resigned as CEO and chairman of Typhon Incorporated. Meanwhile, shares of the global mining concern, once top 5 in its sector, has nearly halved from 48.27 to 2022 with no bottom in sight. It all stems from a series of shocking allegations and confessions tied to operations on Western Colorado, where regional operations coordinator Diane Jacobs and former mining team leader Jed Lucan were arrested for...
I'm pretty sure my voice was already heard.
Okay.
By everyone who needed to hear it.
Denver Tribune request for comment, Alex. Alyssa, Denver Tribune, Alex, I trust you received my other messages and voicemails. I'm asking for 10 minutes time. We go to print at 8. Please let me help your voice be heard. Alyssa.
Is it weird that the part of this that bothers me the most is nondescript dive bar?
CO mining scandal has deep state fingerprints. Irregularities abound. Truth remains buried. What are they hiding? Deep state deniers and wool-eyed cynics. Good luck trying to make sense of what went down in the small mountain town of Haven Springs last week. Behind closed doors of a nondescript dive bar. I don't know if I'd call the Black Man a dive bar, but anyway. 8 town council members gathered to discuss a municipal mining permit. And when the doors opened, one of them was admitting to murder and another to criminal fraud. Yet no one else could explain in any rational way, anyway, how this all supposedly happened. Local taxidermist Reginald McAllister, known to the others in town as Ducky, described a near hypnosis in the room as a great man was made to stand naked before all and exhumated truth got its rightful place atop the throne. To longtime readers, the implications could not be clearer. This town council must belong to or be a servant of the global paragovernmental military industrial nexus that dictates international something.
I know now that my inaction in the face of injustice was itself a terrible wrong. And I know that I will never be able to undo the tremendous pain and loss I caused. I do not ask for forgiveness. The only person who could give that to me is gone. Thank you.
There are no victories at the end of this. Just more painful truths.
Yep. Shrine.
I'll never understand exactly what happened to me down there, but I'll always be grateful. Still looking out for me, huh, Pike?
Alex, that was in Jed's house after everything I thought you ought to have it, Pike. The bomber jacket? Really?
Couldn't bring himself to get rid of it.
Oh, okay, Alex's. Okay. That makes sense.
You ever swing a pick before, Mr.
Chen, John, and no. But I'm a hard worker, and I learn fast, and I don't mind long hours.
You don't have somebody waiting on you at home?
No, sir.
Well, John, guess you're a hell diver now.
Feels like I've been through so much with Eleanor. It meant the world that she believed me. Must be rare that a local paper gets to break out the really big headline.
Riding down his ex-scandal, desk covered up by typhoon, mining Hastings, rocked by relatives, a picturesque mountain town of him, really after a series of relatives stop. Blank connected to the death of Mr. Chen, Miss Jacobs, location manager overseeing the creation is blank. Simply imaginable what that girl has been through, said Miss Litt. Miss Chen has declined repeated blank expansion efforts, halted, and residents are left wondering about the effects of local business and real blank. Okay, I think we got everything. There's no other. Don't think there is. Alright, so I think we can go up now. Actually, what does it say about front door?
I want to go outside without seeing anyone. That's why God created rooftops.
Yep. Alright, upstairs we go. Oh, or not.
Hey, Steph.
Oh, Steph.
Alex, wait. Before you say anything, I have to get this out.
Okay.
What you did at the council meeting, it was the bravest thing I've ever seen. And it made me want to be brave too. So, here it goes. I want to be with you. I don't give a shit about playing music or seeing the world. I mean, I do, but only if it's with you. And if you'd rather stay here instead, then... fuck it. I want to stay here too.
Your ticket?
You ripped your bus ticket.
I can get another one. Or not. It doesn't matter. Point is, I'm in. For whatever you want.
You've, given me a lot to think about.
Well, good. That was the idea. You know where to find me. Good luck, Chen.
Thanks, Steph.
So I'm guessing your option is going to be stay in Haven Springs or to leave? That's what it sounds like.
All right. Just tell me.
What?
My future. What to do? The night of the Spring Fest, Steph made a strong push for leaving with her. Playing on the road. The excitement of the unknown.
Going to Berlin.
Of course. That was before all the shit went down. Come on. You're the know-it-all. So tell me.
Actually, I do know what you should do.
Okay.
You should stay in Haven.
Really?
You really think so?
Of course. You finally have a home, a job, people who actually like you. Why would you give that up?
That's true.
then again, maybe leaving would be better.
Oh, thanks.
What?
You're young, you suddenly have a little money, friends, and don't you think it's time to give this music thing a real shot? No, you should definitely leave.
Oh, fuck off. Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now. I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But here's something. It's 3 hours from now. A bus pulls away. You're not on it. And neither is Steph. Life goes on.
So is this if we pick this option?
You get a job working with Steph at the record store. All those years of being a music snob finally pay off. And little by little, time does its thing.
Snow!
The apartment starts to feel less like a museum and more like a home. Thoughts of Jed, of Typhon, even of me, begin to fade into the background.
Oh, is that Riley? Oh, that would be Riley and Mac. Oh, wow. Charlotte, is that her, the husband, or is that somebody else? I have no idea where this is going. I don't know. I could see it going that way. There's Eleanor. Alright. Aww.
The rooftop is your stage. You perform every week to a small but adoring group of fans. Maybe while you play, you wonder what could have been. Performing for more people in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that much at all. You don't know exactly when it happens, but one day you look around and find that you have transformed this place just as much as it has transformed you. And the most extraordinary thing of all is just how normal it feels. You don't question it. You don't doubt it. Or wonder what might have been. It's your life. The life you fought so hard to have. And for the first time in a long time, you just live.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
You really think I'll transform Haven?
Of course, you already have. With your gift, your music.
Hey Tommy, how you doing?
Just by being you.
Hope you're doing well today.
But Alex, that doesn't mean you have to stay. You have the potential to do that anywhere you go.
Do what?
Do what exactly? Become an actual musician?
Live in a van? Travel between dingy bars? Hawking your SoundCloud? Pouring your soul to strangers? Sounds pretty great if you ask me. The truth is, there's no telling what that version of your future might be. The only promise is the adventure. So, what do you think?
Stay in Haven or seek adventure? Okay. I'm leaning towards seek adventure. Because if you stay in Haven, you are going to have a life that you use for. But seek adventure, you'll be. Yeah, I think I'm going to do seek adventure here, guys. I think I know where I want to go with this. You can always come back to Haven.
I know what I want.
We'll try the other way too. Don't worry. Are you still hearing the echoey thing, Tommy? Ryan. Aw. Oh, please tell me she's not going alone. Oh, she is. Okay. Yep, that's got her stuff. Okay. God, those last episodes were really short, though. That might be my one minor gripe with this. More air guitar music? Fuck him up, babe. Just make sure there's nothing else we need to. Okay. I don't think there is. Okay. Wait, why is he still playing the drums? Oh, she kept the pictures. Oh, that's sweet. She kept pictures of everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alex Chen.
And this is my story. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wrong game. The only promise. And that was Life is Strange True Colors, guys.
Fill your hands with grains of
Alright,
sand. In the rocks you'll see the clocks of time.
Oh, nice picture there.
Your life's a life you wish you had. That I could hunt, I could be brave. Nothing
Alright,
to say,
direction.
nothing to say.
Oh, that's a sweet picture, Scarlett. Gabe.
Upon your lily pad. Cold over tides that pull you under. Oh, onto daylight and to thunder. When you take all those.
Oh, look at Dungeon Game. Oh, that's cool.
You gotta take.
What were they saying?
You gotta take on every wave.
That's a good picture of the rooftop there.
It hurts to think of what's to come when I know.
Oh, that was the room. Okay, that was where the family was. Chance. Okay. Oh, Riley with Eleanor. Oh, that's so sweet. Wow, what's a flower in that one? And there's Ethan with his dad. I wonder what happened. Oh, here we go. That's my silly break. That's the director. Okay. There we go. Alex, Erica Mori, Hanso, Eric Kathy Gintz, in Austin. I don't recognize most of these guys.
It's not a word you say.
Susan the cat played Valkyrie.
No favors, no.
Okay, so her mother's name was Wendy, apparently. Yang Wendy Chin, I think it's what she said.
You still had to pay.
Oh, that's the stage? Nice.
Over tides that pull you under. Oh, onto daylight.
Ethan and Gabe.
Take on those with the rain flow. You gotta take, you gotta take, you gotta take on every way. Go.
Oh, wow.
Over tides that pull you under.
I remember that picture.
Onto daylight and to thunder. When you take on those with the rain flow.
Why is he just the bear? Okay. That must be like a bet gone wrong or something.
Take on every way. Take on every way.
Oh, nice. It's a beautiful shot. Alright, let's see if there's any more pictures.
For a long time, I would sit alone and think
That is a beautiful looking area, though. I will say that.
even if I sing.
Oh, the hospital bed with Wendy, with the mom.
And you helped me see the light, the dim fluorescent flicker.
Fighting Gabe.
Dark, defeated night. I've had my fair share of losing, and I've hung on by a thread within meaning, and the memories gained friends and wrote some
Hey, how about the credits? Holy crap.
I just couldn't look ahead. I was blinded by my own self-doubt and forgot what I was all about.
Okay, that was like part of the plot, maybe? Okay, that's, I think, the house, the first episode, or something like that. Oh, Gabe and Charlotte on the river, kayaking.
For a long time, I kept my heart close. Thought it easier to handle it if I was on my own.
Oh, I think that was one of the shelters that Alex was at.
Some things are worth the risk. Nothing comes too easily when joy is dangerous.
I'm on. The festival, that makes sense.
And I've hung on by a thread within meaning, and the memories gain friends and
Gabe and Death Cross-eyed. I had enough of that in the Ace Attorney, okay? Don't even see it again.
Self-doubt and forgot what I was all about. Move forward and try to let yourself in. It's not a bad thing to be.
Oh, okay, so that was where Ethan got trapped in the first episode. That's her crossing to get Ethan. Riley and Alex. I was kind of hoping there was going to be a little bit more Riley. I thought this could be like a really cool best friend type girl for her. I'm happy she went to college though. Okay. That's the record shop. Okay. Licensed music that will be DMCA when I put this on YouTube. Ugh. I don't know that place. Deck 9. Oh, Ethan, Charlotte, thanks for playing. Alright, let's see what we got. Wow, I'm a little surprised by that. 57% stayed in Haven Springs. I'm surprised they wouldn't. I mean, I sort of understand it, but I looked at it the fact that she always has a home to come back to if something happens. That surprises me that a lot more people stayed in Haven Springs. All right, let's see. Wow, in the minority. Alex denounced Jed from his actions 28%. 72% forgave Jed. Alex claims he learned the meaning of him 44. Claims he learned not to fear the emotions 52. Nothing was 4%. Oh, wow, now you've got the minority in the council. Everyone on the council supported Alex 13%. Some members of the council stood with Alex 83%. None of the members backed Alex 4%. Wow. All right. Alex wanted to play her music in the future. 13. Alex wanted to belong somewhere in the future. 42. Alex wanted to help more people in the future. 45. Alex took a moment to reflect on the apartment. 44. Alex didn't sit on the bed. 56. Alex forgave Ryan for not believing her. 16. Alex was too ready to forgive Ryan. 4. Alex didn't see Ryan after the vote. 49. Kind of curious how that one comes about. Ryan stood by Alex during the vote. 31%. Wow, I got the 1%, guys. Holy fuck. Charlotte sat with Alex during the vote. Charlotte believed Alex but couldn't help 1%. Wow. What could you do to get her to help, though? That's interesting. Well, I got a lot of minorities in this one. Eleanor sided with Alexander, which was actually in the minority too, 52-48. Pike sided with Alex during the vote, 72-28. Ducky sided with Alex, 56-44. Ryan believed Alex, 31, and Ryan believed Jed, 69%. So a lot more for Jed believers in that one. Ryan and Alex start dating and Haven takes 20%. Ryan leaves Haven with Alex 8%. Ryan and Alex don't get together, 72%. Steph says stays in Haven to be with Alex, 36%. Steph and Alex leave Haven, 35%. Steph didn't get together, 29%. Wow. I'm really curious on the Charlotte believed Alex but couldn't help 1% one. Wow. All right. So that is Life is Strange, everyone. Before we go ahead and do some stuff, let's see if there's how much I've missed. I'm sure I missed something. The only one I missed, I'm pretty sure I know which one I missed here. Pretty sure I know which one I missed.
Play my part.
All right. Where was the thing I missed? There we go.
Well, there are my strings. Where's my guitar?
All right.
I don't understand. Why can't I have my guitar?
We've been over this, Alex. Your guitar stays in the rec room. You can play it during free time.
That's bullshit. I don't need it in the fucking rec room. I need it when I'm stuck in the fucking dorms.
Alex, that's enough. Maybe we'll just take away your guitar privileges entirely, if that's what you prefer.
You can't do that!
Okay. Ugh. So that's why I missed that one. So that one's all set. Alright. So we went to side B. Alright, so now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to see what happens if we stay in Haven. Ugh. Okay.
Of course.
By the way, if you do
That was
R1,
before
guys,
all this shit
you
went
can
down.
bypass this stuff. So I'm just going to bypass all this so we can get to the decision.
Then again, maybe leaving would be better.
What?
You're young, you suddenly have a little money, friends.
Okay, I'll do that one
Don't
next.
you think it's
Only
time to
dance.
give this music thing a real shot? No, you should definitely leave.
Fuck off. Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now.
Come on.
I just need... I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But here's something.
Oh, I can't bypass that, can I?
It's 3 hours from now.
Yeah, but I
The
can't
bus
bypass
pulls
this one.
away.
I gotta bypass. Can't bypass this all the way to the end here, guys.
You're not on it. And neither is Steph.
Winter, if you're still here, is there anything you want to see as well?
Life goes on.
And same with you, Only Things. Is there anything else you want to see? Let me know.
You get a job working with Steph at the record store.
Yep, can't bypass this. Justice and whatnot.
All
I got
those
that.
years
Okay.
of being a music snob.
No problem. No
finally paid
problem.
off. And little by little, time does its thing.
And then I'll give my thoughts of the game afterwards.
The apartment starts to feel less like a museum and more like a home. Thoughts of Jed, of Typhon, even of me begin to fade into the background.
I'm really happy about Riley and Matt. Matt, I'm glad they got that together. He's doing much better. And this little scene here, you know?
The rooftop is your stage. You perform every week to a small but adoring group of fans. Maybe while you play, you wonder what could have been. Performing for more people in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that much at all. You don't know exactly when it happens, but one day you look around and find that you have transformed this place just as much as it has transformed you. And the most extraordinary thing of all is just how normal it feels. You don't question it, you don't doubt it, or wonder what might have been. It's your life. The life you fought so hard to have. And for the first time in a long time, you just live.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
You really think I'll transform Haven?
Of course, you already have. With your gift, your music, just by being you. But Alex, that doesn't mean you have to stay. You have the potential to do that anywhere you go.
We'll say go where this time?
Where am I supposed to go? I don't have any other home.
That is true. But you didn't have any home before coming here. And look what happened. The truth is, there's no telling what that version of your future might be. The only promise is the adventure.
Which is what I would choose.
So, what do you think?
All right, let's see what happens when we stay in Haven.
I know what I want.
Weird little jump. A little shirt there. Although it's a beautiful shot, don't get me wrong, that was kind of underwhelming for an ending there. Alright, well. Yeah, I think so too. I think it was really underwhelming. Alright. It was not that one. Alright, I think it was this. Now, just so you know, guys, for this one, I'm going to pick all different answers on these. So, keep that in mind. So, every one of the choices we had, we'll see how it's different, what you respond differently here. Alright, so I think we're here, right? Yeah, that's when she emerges. Okay, yep, right here. As you first say, Anne, and the piano comes with the truth. Okay, yep.
And during my time here, I've come to realize what makes Haven so special. It's a flower shop run by multiple generations. A bar owner who greets every customer by name. It's a spring festival tradition going back 100 years. History, loyalty, pride. These values which define Haven are the same values that Typhon was built on. And that is why our partnership has been so successful. It's been my privilege to renew Typhon's commitment to Haven. We believe in this community, and we're tremendously excited for its future.
Thank you, Diane. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're eager to make this official. So, time to vote, folks. And then lunch.
Stop.
Alex! Oh my god!
I'm fine.
You are not fine. We have to get you to a doctor.
What happened to you?
Okay, so I think this was hard to hear last time, so I think it's gonna be okay.
Don't worry about me. I'll be okay.
Alex, you're hurt.
Do you need help? We can call an ambulance.
Typhon's been lying to all of you. And so has Jed Lucan.
Alex, what's going on?
I want to say fuck you again just to piss him off, but...
You know exactly what's going on. I was down in the mine last night. I saw what Typhon's been hiding for 12 years. Jed Lucan isn't a hero. That whole story is a lie. Jed caused the accident. And then he abandoned 7 of his men. He let them drown to save himself. There were pictures of me and Gabe down there in the dirt. Because one of those miners was my father. Typhon wanted to keep this covered up in case it jeopardized the vote.
Okay, well, say they're afraid this time.
Everyone at that company is scared to death. All they do is protect themselves. So they decided to bury the evidence. And nothing was going to stop that blast. Not even the fact that there were 4 people up in the mountains. That's how Gabe was killed. Jed knew all along. He covered up the truth about the past, about Gabe. And when I found out, as you can see, he tried to kill me too. Why aren't any of you saying anything?
We don't want to embarrass you, Alex.
Not embarrassed.
Try me.
Ooh, that sounded better, actually.
These accusations are... well, they're insane. And trying to go into the mine was obviously a very dangerous, very illegal thing to do. But we all sympathize with your situation. You've been through so much. Your brother was your only family, wasn't he? I can only imagine how much you want an explanation for his loss. Something to give you comfort and make your life seem less unfair.
I think you suppressed the evidence last time. So when we do, I know you have a conscience.
Why don't you just tell the truth? You've been planning your exit from Typhon anyway.
What?
You never signed up for threats or attempted murder. You hate this. Now's your chance to stop.
Dad? Do you have any idea what Alex is talking about?
No. I don't. I've tried to be there for Alex since Gabe died. I thought, I don't know, I hoped I could be something of a father figure to her. All I can guess is, sometimes when we're hurting, the people we lash out at are the ones who we're trying to help.
You're lying now.
This is an act. You're lying. Please. I know this is hard to accept. You all trust him. I did too. But I'm telling the truth.
I believe you. Of course I do. I believe you too. I'm horrified and shocked and still processing everything, but I believe you.
I would like to speak. This young lady came to Haven as a stranger, but over the last few weeks, she's become one of us. Now, her story certainly seems unlikely, if not impossible. But she deserves at least an investigation of her claims. We ought to take her seriously.
I agree with Dougie. I've always found Alex to be a very trustworthy person. She wouldn't make these accusations lightly. Something must have happened.
Miss Lath, there's no actual evidence of anything.
Maybe not, but that's what I think.
Actually, Diane, there is evidence.
Dun dun dun.
For fuck's sake.
Have a USB stick full of recordings.
Yes, we went through this yesterday. Your superiors closed the case. None of us have time for conspiracies.
Yeah. You're trying to weasel your way out of things again, huh? I know your game. I know
Don't
how you...
test me, Jason.
You know what? I'm not scared of you anymore. And not of you, not Typhon.
All right, that's enough.
Deputy Pike, do you have some kind of personal issue with me?
Like hell I do.
Jason. Well, given that your judgment in this matter is emotionally compromised, you should probably remove yourself from...
Cut the crap. If you think you can shut me up with...
I think you better cool it. I would like to speak again.
It concerns me
You
that a
believe it.
voting member of this council has openly
You
admitted
believe
to
me?
personal bias.
This is a load of bullshit.
I don't believe that. Ridiculous.
We're all getting ahead of ourselves. And what's the important matter?
I'm so
I'm not
sorry.
your lapdog anymore.
I'm going first thing tomorrow.
Dad. Please. Come clean. We'll figure it out together.
It amazes me. The extent to which she has manipulated you.
Come on, Dad.
Never in a million years.
Come on. I hate seeing you do this.
My own son.
Dad.
My own goddamn son!
Stop.
Alright, here we go, guys. We're getting there.
I know why you tried to kill me. It's not what you tell yourself. that you thought it was best for Haven. This was never about Haven at all, was it? This was about you. I know it's easier not having to think about the men you buried. You want to look away and pretend the people you hurt aren't people. But I won't let you. My father worked for you. His name was John.
Alright, now... we did victim last time. We'll say fighter this time.
The world never gave him anything for free. He fought just to stay alive. He fought for us. Maybe he was finally winning. But you killed him. And then Gabe, my big brother.
He was starting over.
Haven was his second chance. He was so proud of who he'd become. A great boyfriend. A cool dad. But he died. Because of you. And then there's me. For so many years, I just wanted to survive. To get through. Haven changed me. I started to think about the future.
Okay, I wanted to help people last time. Want to belong probably sounds a bit more than the music, I would think.
I want to belong somewhere. I want to know that there's a place and a group of people who wouldn't be the same without me. I was starting to feel that here. And you tried to murder me. You would have ended my life just so you wouldn't have to face the truth. You've forgotten it, haven't you? You've plastered over it with another story.
That you're a good man this time.
You tell yourself you're a good man. You take care of so many people. You gave me a roof and a job. You checked on me when I was grieving. Such a good, generous man. But that's the lie. If you scrape it away, what do we see?
Okay, we did tower. Let's do pawn this time.
11 years ago, you led a group of men to their deaths. And then you gave your soul to Typhon. You let them tell you how awful it would be for your wife and son to find out. You let them tell you that Haven was more important than the men who died. When it really mattered who you were and what you stood for, you let Typhon decide for you. I can feel you trying to pull away. Don't. The truth hurts. Sometimes it's so awful you think you're gonna break. But when you come out the other side, and you're whole and free and still alive, then you'll finally know how strong you really are. I see the truth about you. You hate yourself. You hate what you did in the past. You hate what you've done to keep it secret. And the more you deny that hatred, the worse it grows. I know who you are. I've seen the worst parts of you.
Alright, here we go, guys. But I forgive you.
And I forgive you.
Wait, the same scene? Wait a minute. No, there's got to be more to that. Hold on. Okay. Let me do a little Google search here, guys. What if you forgive Jed? Strange true colors. Alright, so basically I looked this up because that is basically what it is. It's technically the same thing. The only thing they mention is it has something to do with her personal growth and her character. So basically, no matter what you pick, it doesn't change a damn thing. He cries no matter what, and there's no notes or anything like that. You'll still see Pike's note. You'll still see the bomber jacket in the next scene. So, it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's very disappointing. That was very disappointing. Okay. Alright, so my thoughts on the game. Alright, Alex is a really good character. I do like Alex. I think the sidekicks could be better. I mean, if you look at all 4 games, I do think probably Chloe's the best one to match in the original game. I do think the idea of the emotional stuff. Yeah, I agree. Only thing it is not. It's good. It's good, but it's not as good as the first one. The first one is still my favorite. Now, on this, are you also including Before the Storm? Or are you not including that one? Which to me is still not that good either. Side characters, like I kept mentioning in the scene when we originally saw it, that was one of the better scenes of it, with Jed's eyes moving back and forth, trying to find a way out of this predicament. Okay, you met 1 and 2. Okay, that makes sense. Because I wasn't that big of a fan of Before the Storm. I thought that's easily to me the weakest one. I do like the emotional aspect of everything. It does have some very, very good qualities to it. I like the option of, trying to steal the fear, steal the anger, feel the sadness, take it away, keep it, that type of thing. And the environment's really, really good. A little predictable toward the end, I thought. Like I said, the whole Jed thing kind of made sense when you thought about it in the fourth chapter. The one thing I don't understand about the fourth chapter, though, did he actually shoot Alex and then she fell? Or did she, somehow dodge it and then fell in from it? I'm guessing the second one. Yeah, the best scene to me, I agree with you, Joel. The best scene to me was the third episode when you kind of did a Final Fantasy type of thing. Since others playing Final Fantasy, let's put that into the mix. And the boss at the very end. That was easily the best part of the game. It's not even close. I did like the mystery aspect. I do like solving mysteries and things like that. So that's really, really cool. But it's not as good as 1. It's not as good as 2 either. Like I said, the original Life is Strange is my favorite because they had really good chemistry, and it was also pretty cool how you can rewind time to find out what it would be like if you didn't do something, you did do something. Even if it was the small nuances was really, really cool. You didn't really have this in this game. And you can't really do too much with the emotions because, once you play it, that's it. So, while I think it's a very good game, I don't know if it's worth the full price of it. I'd probably wait till it decreases a little bit to play it. Decrease the price. Don't get the full price version of it. Get it at the medium price. 20, 30, maybe 40 at that. Somewhere around in there, if you really want to enjoy it. I mean, it's a great story. Don't get me wrong. Great story. A little too predictable. A little too short on the last half too. 4th episode and the 5th episode were way too short in my opinion. They should have found another way to drag it out in some capacity. But still a really, really good game. Still a really, really good game. I don't know if I'd play it again. I'm glad I played it once, but I probably wouldn't play it again. Not like the original and the second one. There you go. So, that is going to be Life is Strange. Now, there is supposedly, since we do have a little bit of an hour left to when Heather's Strange, there is supposedly a guest story. So, how do we play this? Okay, it's installed. Is it extras? No, we don't need. Okay, I don't need all that. I don't know how we play the new one. Okay, installed exclusive bonus story waylays. Play stack before. Stanley said he said I kind of walking out and wreck a trader store. Yes. Okay. So how do we play it though? Maybe we'll play that next Wednesday. If we can. I think that's what we'll do. We'll try to play this. I'll see if I can figure out how to play this on Wednesday of next week, since I know Heather is not streaming. If we can't, we do need a backup game though. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you guys have a preference? Should we go into Greatest Attorney 2 on next Wednesday? I don't know how far we'll get in Persona 5 Royal on Monday. We could do that as well. So let's do this. We'll put, for next Wednesday, we'll do Life is Strange, the Steph story, if we can. I can never figure it out. If not, we'll continue Persona 5 Royal unless we reach the stopping point. And then if that we do reach the stopping point, we'll go into Great Ace Attorney 2. I think that's how we'll go ahead and settle things here. Let me see if, while I'm here, let me see if there is, let me see if we can do it from here. Hopefully it's not too long. Play, Strange, True Colors, DLC. Alright, let me do a little. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do some research on this because I'm not seeing it. Alright. OnlyFans, if you're going to be on, give me an update. Because I'll still be in Heather's stream, but if I don't hear anything, let me know. Because if she's not going to stream tonight, what I might do is I'll go back to Persona 5 tonight too. Just in case. So that way maybe we can start depending on how far we, because like I said, like she was having troubles Wednesday night or yesterday with everything. Yesterday with that Palace. This Palace is a pain in the ass even in Royal. So we'll do that. So we're gonna go ahead and call it stream. OnlyFans, let me know if you hear anything between now and 9. I'll definitely be in her Twitch channel at 9 o'clock to see if she's going to be playing Final Fantasy. Okay, cool. And like I said, if we find out she doesn't or anything like that, she's having storms, she can't stream, anything like that, feel free to come back and we'll continue with more Persona 5 Royal where we left off. Like, we found one of the will seeds in the Palace and the Royal version. We still got quite a ways to go. And then we have that freaking boss, and then of course we have the aftermath until the new story comes along. So that's what we'll go ahead and do. But until then, we'll go ahead and get this up on YouTube, guys. Don't be surprised if we have to mute a lot of it because I'm sure there's still a lot of copyright claim music later on for it. And I'm not smart enough to use a video editor yet, so that's why. Until then, we'll hopefully see you at 9 o'clock in Heather's stream. If not, we'll see you back here either today. Just again, coming up next Monday, we'll continue with Persona 5 Royal. Next Wednesday, we will be streaming. We just don't know what we're going to be streaming yet. Could be Steph's story from Life is Strange, True Colors. Could be the more Persona 5 or the Great Ace Attorney 2. One of those 3 games. And we'll go ahead and just take it from there until then. Until then, be kind to somebody you love. Be kind to your family. We'll see you soon. Thanks again to OnlyFans. Thanks to Winter Soldier. Thank you to Tommy Doyle for stopping by. Very, very appreciated. Also, all of the lurkers out there. Again, my YouTube channel is the same thing, EHL Shakes. A lot easier to remember for me. You have the Great Ace Attorney up there. It does have, that's one. Also, the Life is Strange Colors, True Colors one as well. We'll get Great Ace Attorney up there, 2 up there when we start that as well. Until then, we'll see you back either tonight, this weekend if I have time, or Monday with something. And we'll see you in Heather's stream in less than an hour, hopefully. Knock on wood. Good night. Good gaming. Take care, everyone.